Okay, so this is the next video. I'm going to be converting over the last video. I can tell you right now, people, I like the apples, oopsie, from the apple tree. Yep. I don't necessarily like store-bought apples. I had more Macintosh in there than Gala, and it was really bland before I put the sugar in. And the grape is in there too. So now that I put the sugar in there, okay, it's much more palatable. But before the sugar, it wasn't like I've been making, let's just put it that way, with the organic apples from the tree. For as beat up as those organic apples were looking, they were tasty, and they did a really good job. Where these ones were looking really good, aren't so tasty. But they suffice. So now I'm not even going to mash it up like that. I'm going to leave them in larger chunks because they're really soft anyway. And then as I feed Amari, break off a little chunk and try and just give him something like half the size of my baby Pinky, so, encourages chewing, right? And he chews, but he can't chew like we chew. So I'm just going to cook this for a little longer because the grapes, right? Just want to bring it up to the heat. And I'm like, you don't know. With this stuff going on with the government, man, I'm so depressed with it. I don't know how people cope with it. For the ones that know. Kind of like what I know. I don't know how they cope with it. I really don't. I don't know how they can possibly feel like they have a future, or their kids have a future, or anyone that's connected to them that's human has a future, because there's definitely something going on. And there are no futures when it comes to humanity at this point. So anyway, I got my jars in the oven, you can see. So now, counter's good, right? So we'll see how many jars this fills up, and then I'm going to do probably 3 jars of beans tonight, right? Because then it'll be done, and then I just have to wait for the grapes on the weekend, and that will be it. Okay, so as I'm doing this, right, I'm telling you right now, people, I take those dusty, beat-up apples from that apple tree any day before I would take these ones. If somebody gave me a choice, I'd be going for the organic. Yep. They taste better. They look better after they're canned. Like, these things really browned up, and I never even put a lot of grape in here. Where the other ones, they kind of like, I don't know. It tastes different. I had to use sugar just to give it taste, honestly. And I used something like 6 Macintosh apples, which technically you shouldn't have to use sugar. What does that tell you? That tells you that they're over irradiating, over ozoning, right? This fruit. And the more they get rid of the middle guy, the little guy, the more they're going to control your food source, and they're going to give you subpar quality food. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. All under the guise of trying to keep you safe. As they poison you with their chemicals, right? With their stress. Just the whole 9 yards. Right? But yeah, I just wanted to say that. I'd take those other apples any day. Any day. Trust me, I've been working with those apples for a few years now. Okay? And I say this year was the best year because of what I did for Amari in terms of using those apples with the blueberry, with the raspberry, with the strawberry, right? Just straight up applesauce by itself. Those apples went a long way. A long, long way. And they look better, they taste better, and they're probably more nutritional because they weren't sprayed. Just, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing to food these days. But it's been so long since I've had a store-bought apple in this house. I can tell you, I can sure notice the difference. Yeah. So this is where, you know, they're cutting down all the apple trees out here, people. I think the big guy is cutting down all the apple trees. Hold on a minute. And if you're wondering, in a water bath, you can stack your jars. I've done it. Okay, because I've got 2 left. You can see that. There's 2, right? There's my jars for the beans. So after I'm done this, I'm going to do beans because beans are easy. And then this way they don't go to waste, right? So just balance your, you know, spread out your jars. I've got 10 jars all together. And then put your divider in there, right? Obviously. Make it so that it's sitting in there nice. Right? Pretty level as it can be. And then whatever jars left you've got. Now these only technically have to be in there for 10 minutes. I'm going to give them 15. You want to make sure it's about an inch or so over your rim. So I'm just going to take some hot water from the tap and just top it off a little bit, right? And then bring it to a boil. Put on your lid, right? Put on your lid, bring it to a boil. You don't have to hard boil, right? Just turn it down to about 8, 8.5. And bring it to like a medium-high boil, right? Not a high extreme, but a medium-high, right? And then I'm going to give it 15 minutes. And that's 1/4 inch up off the rim as you would with juice or jam, right? And hold on. Okay, so this is how you know the media is involved.
The same question to all of the members.
Right?
As per the draw, we're starting.
I just want you to see this. Okay.
First to know, then Mr. Wilkinson and Mr. Horgan. More than 150 British Columbians have died of COVID-19 while living in long-term care.
Okay.
Their deaths revealed many vulnerabilities in the way this
But we have to remember, no witnesses, people. Nobody got to verify how they were treated, how they died, and what happened to their bodies after the fact. Okay, so this is all just hearsay.
Looks after its aged,
no family members were a part of that process.
Including the
they removed the word love out of the equation.
Role of private.
Did you see that? Notice how it cued right in? Maybe we should put it on slow speed. It's not done by coincidence. Okay?
Looks after its aged, including the role of private.
You seen that, eh? They had to make sure they show you that.
For profit.
Right?
Facility.
That wasn't done by coincidence.
My
okay?
question to each of you. Is there a
Anyway. Okay, 10:30 at night. Now I'm done. So we got the grape juice, 10 of those, the apple and the grape, and some beans. Here I just took miscellaneous little beans and kind of just filled up the jar a bit, right? Because it wasn't quite enough. But anyway, I like them better this way, people. And then now I'm going to look online and see if I can just can whole grapes with seeds. Because if I can do that, I'm going to do a few quart size. And then I think I'm going to be pretty much at the end of my rope. Although, I do kind of like that juice. Okay, people. So, now I'm in the X Club, aka / little mini greenhouse, which is not a greenhouse anymore. Although we could still do a few little plant projects, you know, in terms of science with microscopes and learn about how seeds sprout and do all that. But outside of that, I've got my greenhouse there. I like starting seeds in here, I do. But if I can get this thing going over here, people, I can start my seeds over there. Versus, mind you, this one's a little more sunnier. I still have my rack here, you know, come spring, right? Because this is where I normally sprout my beans and those and cucumbers and what, because it's better to sprout them first before you put them in the ground. Otherwise, you know, the bugs out there, they eat it. So anyway, as you can see, everything came to a screeching halt, right? But it's this is what I'm going to attempt to do here right now. Okay, this is what I'm going to attempt to do. Work on this. I'm going to put this on this thing here, and probably one right here, just to keep the animals out, right? Because, you know, raccoons, they like to make nests. But here's the thing. Do I want to laugh, or do I want to cry? What do I want to do, people? You tell me, okay? Because this is the story of my life in this fucking house. This is how shit gets ruined. Alright, and this is what this Bryce dude was saying. You know, we want to make it so that it doesn't, you know, have this problem year after year. So he's looking for maybe something else for the roof. I don't know, he was a little depressed, so I hope he does come back. I haven't heard from him yet. But I told him what I was planning on doing up there. Right, so if I don't hear from him very soon, I'm going to do it. Because you can see it leaks, right? So anyway, I just wanted to show you that because it's been raining, right? And this is how things get harder for me, because now I'm having to wash because I never got done whatever it was that I was doing. See, these can go now into the little shed. I can move these down. I'll cut them a little bit. This is Andre's walnut art. This is walnut art. This is either black walnut or English walnut. Right. This one's a black. If you sand that down, you're going to see how nice that is. This is I don't know what this one is. I think this is something else. But those are okay. And then do you see? Look, this is no good no more. It's got too saturated. Anyway, you can't stress out about shit like that, right? Oh my. So, my goal today, first I'm gonna, in the next hour or two, I'm heading my way to the rabbit hutch, spraying it out that one little area one more time, and then I'm gonna let it just air dry for a bit, and I'm gonna give that rabbit some more hay, right where it needs it at this point. And as I do that, I'm gonna start moving everything away from this, just that way, right? So I can get those windows installed. over the next few days, with or without that guy. Because I can't wait for him, okay? I don't know what he's doing. See, this is what happened with the vinyl. Okay, so far I know it's not leaking underneath there. This is good. Obviously some kind of cardboard or something flew on there. But you see how the grit and the leaves and everything flies on. I mean, it's not that much to spray it down in water, and like with water and room it down. But anyway, I have to get the skill saw out, people. I have to finish up this room without that guy, right? I mean, I hope he does come back and comes back with a good quote and doesn't charge me too much money to solve this problem, because I don't like this. Because even if I do all this, you know, there's still certain areas in here that leaks. You can see the water, right? You know, and it's hard to store things. Otherwise, if it didn't leak, everything is fine. Like, it doesn't, nothing spoils, right? It stays good, right? And then in the winter, I run those light, right? And that keeps away the mildew and the mold, right? And everything's good. So anyway, I just wanted to show you how my life gets harder sometimes. Okay, people, so now it's October 15th. I'm pretty sure it's either that or the 16th. You can see, I can't wait for this dude. He's not even calling. So I guess he's got other jobs. This is insignificant at this point. He's probably got more important things to do. So I'm working on this, people. I'm working on this as I'm being fucking ragged, as usual. Being told I got my priorities in the wrong spot. It's funny, hey, people, for all these people that fucking criticize me, do you see a lot of help? Where's the help for all this criticism? Right? It just goes right on down the fucking line. This younger generation just likes to criticize, and fucking criticize and criticize and fucking just beat you up emotionally and everything. I'm serious, man. They're stupid. Completely fucking stupid. This is why the world is going in the way it's going. Because young people don't, the majority of them, I'm not saying all of them, but a good majority of them, they don't have no respect for their parents. Nope. Not at all. They think they're big and fucking bad. They stalk whoever they want to stalk. Right? They don't take any fucking responsibility for their own shit, their own choices, their own mistakes, the whole 9 yards. Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. But yet, they're the first ones to jump on the bandwagon to start criticizing you, cut you up, expect you to do everything by yourself, and then when you can't fucking meet that expectation, they beat you up because you didn't get it all fucking done based on their timeline and their expectations. As they're telling you to get rid of everything, move into some dinky little fucking mouse-infested, fucking cockroach, bedbug-infested fucking apartment, and wait for them to fucking show up and help you, assuming that they would show up and help you, because some of these individuals just like to fucking talk, period. Period! So needless to say, I'm not having a very good day today. Okay, I'm trying to... it's going to start raining again tomorrow, people. It's supposed to rain for 4 fucking days. How much work do you think I'm going to get done in the day, in the rain? I pay for fucking childcare, and I don't even get the fucking childcare. And then when it comes around, I don't fucking need it because it's pouring fucking rain, and it's not like I can come outside and bring out a fucking skill saw to start sawing wood. But you see, I'm supposed to just chuck it. Chuck it along with everything fucking else, because all of it's insignificant when it comes to somebody else's opinion. And that's the point. It's a fucking opinion. That leads you absolutely nowhere. I'm not gonna move into some fucking mouse-infested, fucking cockroach, bedbug-infested with a bunch of crazy people living in it. in that building, right? So I can sit there like a lump on a log with a disabled child, waiting for the same people to show up and start fucking talking shit about, oh, well, you didn't do this and you can't do that. Yeah, you need to do this and you need to do that. Like, fuck off. This is going to be a nice little fucking greenhouse, okay? Lettuce room, storage room, whatever fucking room I turn it into, it's going to be nice. But again, I don't get no love for it, right? Absolutely none. As a matter of fact, I'll be told I'm a fucking shithead for even attempting to do this. Like, I'm fucking sick of fucking life, man. You don't know. You don't know how much I'm sick of fucking life. So fucking sick of it. People are so fucking ungrateful and selfish. It's a me fucking world. Everywhere I go, it's me, 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 me. Yeah, well, you be all about you. I'm just making way. If I can get one window in, that's one window less. Technically, I need to do 2 here, and then I've got this nice long one, which is double pane, for the door. I'm not going to worry about the roof because the roof, as far as you know, for the most part, doesn't leak. And don't forget, with the way the world is going, we might need this room to grow something in the fucking wintertime, right? Because our politicians are killing us off one by one. If they're not starving us, they're fucking hunting us down and kidnapping us so that we either disappear or we end up dead, and then we disappear. Like, you know, it's fucking stupid. Okay, so if I can get one window in, that would be a major accomplishment today before the fucking rains start again. If I can get 2 windows in, that will be great. But it's like 2 o'clock already, people, and it's going to be dark by 5:30, so you do the math. So I'm kind of like pressured for time here, right? I'll show you. I wasn't going to do a video, but whatever. You don't have to watch these videos if you don't want to. If I'm wasting your fucking time, get the fuck out of my fucking channel, seriously. And get the fuck out of my life. Better yet. So this is the one I'm attempting to do. The hard one first. Okay? This one will go here. The big one, I have a window that can take up the whole thing, but I just think it's safer to break them up so that if one gets broken, the whole thing doesn't get fucking broken, right? I'm going to put the big one here. You can see I've already started. Already started to take out the screen, which I'm going to save. Those raccoons are still in the AKA hen house. I seen it. It came out. It was digging around. I had left out some white oak nuts that I found a couple years ago and threw in the freezer anyway. When I was going through my freezers, I pulled it out, and they've been eating them, right? It's still living. The raccoons, the whole family, is still living in my greenhouse, or in my hen house area. But they can stay there for the winter. I don't mind. And then as I'm working in here, I said to Bryce, like, I need you to help me kind of build a little something in here for the raccoons. He goes, oh, well, it doesn't matter what you build for raccoons. If they don't want it, they're not going to move in. And I'm like, well, yeah, you kind of have a point. But I'm still going to try and do something over there because I eventually will, assuming that I'm still in this house, that I don't get run out, right? That I don't get fucking run out of this fucking house, right? After all the work is done, just run the bitch fucking out, right? Somebody else can move in and take advantage of all my fucking heartache. Because that's pretty much what it fucking boils down to here. Anyway. Okay. So, one window to start. I have the skill saw out. You can see I got the board. I got another board. So all I have to do is just get the window in, and then I'm down to one more window, and then I've got this nice glass. Where is it? Do you see this one? And that one. That's a nice one. I was gonna put it up on the what is it called? Little mini greenhouse up there, but I never used it. But that one is going on the door. So I have 3 windows to do. right? But this is the one I'm working on right now, so I'll be back. So yeah, I already had one daughter murdered, people, in my house. Cops covered it up, coroner's office covered it up, hospital staff at the Surrey Memorial Hospital, Fraser Health Authority, aka Andrew the Dragon, covered it up. Right? Also, they could take out whatever they wanted to take out and sell on the black market, because BC is famous for laundering money out here. I had another daughter lured to her death, was completely failed by the healthcare system and anything that's related to the healthcare system, right? Because that wasn't the agenda, was to help her, right? As a matter of fact, there was a homeless young man that walked through here yesterday, and he was going on about how he remembered when I invited him inside the house. I think it was ShaMay and I who did it. And we fed, yeah, it was ShaMay. ShaMay and I. We went out looking for Ciera or something, couldn't find her. Came across this dude. And anyway, long story short, I had him come home because he was soaking wet. Helped him dry off. Gave him a bunch of food. And he was walking through here yesterday. I was out last night taking out the garbage, right? And he was walking by. He was going on and on. And I'm like, who are you? Who are you? And so he comes, and I'm looking. And he said, remind me. He said, I'm the person that you invited into my house to feed me spaghetti and give me something warm to drink and let me dry off and stuff. And like, he's still homeless, people. And like I told him, you need to be careful because they're fucking hunting you guys out here. Right? He put his name on the list for modules, but he's exactly like Ciera. Put his name on the list for modules. Those modules have been there for 2 years, and he hasn't gotten one yet. Okay? As I worry every day, and this is the reason why I put this back on, as I worry every day about my last and remaining daughter being murdered by Julian's sister and her fucking friends. Because that's what these bitches are like out here. Right? Because the cops don't do shit about it. As a matter of fact, that's just one more body to pillage and then run some ICBC scam somewhere else and get paid a year later so that nobody catches on what the fuck is going on. Okay? Okay? That's what's going on, people. As I'm being criticized, we're trying to hold down the fucking fort here. I'm being told I'm not doing enough, fast enough. I'm not doing it good enough. Right? As a matter of fact, I'm a piece of fucking shit. Right? You know? Basically. Alright? But for all this talk, where's all this help? For people that talking, right? Can do so much fucking better. But yet you don't see them fucking doing shit. Except plotting and scheming murder. So they can get rich and brag about their wealth. Thinking it's not going to come back to fucking haunt them. Right? Because the cops got their asses covered. Right? They're in on it. You're fucking in on it. That's what's going on out here. That's why there's so much death and nobody goes to jail for it. Nobody. Absolutely fucking nobody. No. And when they do go to jail, what happens? They target them through the fucking courthouse, like Ciera. And then 4 days later, they end up dead. With the cops acting all fucking shady. Right? Being drama kings and drama queens. Right? Because that's what they do. That's how they gain power. Always fucking with your head. I have to take this off before I can install this window. I'm so hoping I can do 2 windows. I'm going to try and get 2 in, but it takes a while. But maybe this time around I might get lucky. And I might be able to squeeze them both in. That's what I'm hoping. Right. But before I do that, I have to take off the screen. And then I have to cut some of these boards. And then I have to cut new boards, run them, and then I have to figure out a way to get that window in, and then I have to screw them in. Right. So, hold on. Okay, so I created myself a big gaping hole. Do you see that? So I have to cut this off. I'm hoping to just use the skill saw. But that's you know, kind of high for me. But anyway, and then I have to cut it off down here because this is right. I don't know. Hold on. Now I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but you know, I'm really not that strong, people. And like, I do put my life in danger out here sometimes. Not big danger, but you know, like I'm not a fucking man. I didn't go to school for this shit. But I just know how fucking lazy people are these days and want everything done for them. And if it's not fucking done for them to their expectations, they're not fucking satisfied. Okay, now I don't know what I'm doing, so this is why I'm doing this, so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm kind of short on the game here. I need to stand on something. So I'm too short. See? I can't get a grip on this. This thing is too heavy. It's too heavy for my hands. That's what it is. And I got shitty boots on right now. But you see it? I put it in my head. I could do this. Right? And I'm not strong enough to hold it. Do you see how the weight of it's making it fall? You're watching this, see? And then I get shit on because I work in a yard. I'm supposed to go move into a cockroach-infested apartment so I can wait for Julian's sister to come and fucking stalk me in the halls. With her little 20-year-old fucking girlfriends lurking in the freaking... by the garbage cans. Welcome to Surrey. I wanted to leave Surrey before I rented this house, but my kids, they cried to stay in fucking Surrey. Oh, all our friends are here, the SkyTrain's here. I don't want to move out of Surrey. Oh, fuck, I wish I would have just went with what I wanted to do as a parent, people. I wanted to get my kids out of fucking Surrey. I so did. And look what it got me. I listened to them and look what it got me. It got me fucking nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. Dead kids. And a bunch of shitty-ass people around me. I don't think I can do this. I can do it from the bottom, but I can't do it from the top. Oh, it's hard to use the skill saw this way. Oh yeah. Yeah, I could do it the one time. That's just crazy. I have to do it here because the window's gonna take up this whole thing, and I gotta do it from the bottom. Right? It's just I'm not strong enough, and it's awkward. Awkward. Two down. Whew. Two more to go. See? And then I gotta do down there. But it's hard. I can't hold it. It's hard. But once that's done, then I get my 2x4s from top to bottom. I run my things, and then I can install my window, and I might even have time to get that one in. Okay. I already got one off. Can you see? What I'm doing is trying to put that like that. Because I'm not strong enough, remember? Okay? So I'm using what's available to me. Alright. Here we go. See, this doesn't matter because it's all getting covered up anyway. Because I have to run a 2x4 in here. I have to have beams, right? And then after it's all said and done, I'm going to be running vinyl siding around it. You can see, right? Obviously, that's no good no more. So, all right, hold on. Okay. So, remember that dream I had? Well, first of all, I get ragged on this shit, people. Okay? Do you know how expensive fucking screws are? They're so fucking expensive. But for somebody that doesn't use them and just expects things to have done for them, doesn't matter what it is. As long as it's done for them, what the fuck do they care about screws for? They don't. Right? So anyway, so much for that pair of gloves, brand new pair of gloves. You know how many gloves I go through in this yard? Oh, so many to count. I have to screw this in because it's not going to work if I try and hammer it in. Right? I have to make the base frame really solid. Right? This one window that's coming in is kind of heavy. So, you know, you got to go that little extra mile. Right? But once it's done, it's done. Right? But the thing is, I'm getting shit for having fucking pools on my floor. See, I don't have a proper porch, people, and if you notice, my porch fucking leaks. And the only reason I got a fucking shed is because Uncle John and I, we started that back in 2011 when Fukushima radiation blew its fucking stack. And I've been working on it ever since. Okay? That's the only reason I have a shed. The majority of my fucking screws and that kind of shit, nails, whatever, is all in the shed. Right? One side. The other side, I told you, I'm moving all Andre's walnut art. I'm going to start him a little online business. I know, Nana's moving fucking slow on life, but you know what? At least I got the art supplies to send off in the fucking mail to somebody that's going to want walnut powder to make black walnut ink, that their art will last 1,000 years. Their art will last longer than this fucking planet will last, that's for sure. Right? But you know, I get ragged on after having this, with my tools, underneath the fucking chair that's by the back door, and of course there is no porch, so, you know, the kitchen is small, and things are piling up, and I was like, shut up. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know, seriously. And if it's not that, people, in my dream with ShaMay, okay, what did I dream? I dreamt from this up, everything else was covered up with a sheet or something, right? Like the hospital. Like they had her in the fucking hospital. And up, she was dead. She looked dead. She was gray. She was the same color when I went to her downstairs in the basement, laying on the couch, gray and dead, with bubbles coming out of her nose and her mouth. They were coming out so fucking fast. That's how I know Julian changed her shirt. Yeah, because they were just coming up way too fucking fast. Plus, on her last Snapchat chat, she had a black tank top on, and by the time I got to her, it was a white one. Point is, she was gray, like death. She was dead. Okay? Because she had been dead for an hour, based on the timeline. And then, you know, fucking hospital fucked around with her body, did whatever they did. And then when they turned off their little embalming machine, they made it look like she was dead again. She died 4 times in that fucking hospital, people. Because she showed up dead. My family doctor said she was dead. He looked at her files, told me to go get a fucking lawyer. Because the fucking Canada is corrupt. But you can't find a fucking lawyer because you got these little psyop groups running around saying, oh, give us money, we're going to do a rally, and you know, we're fighting for justice, we're freedom fighters for Canada, even though we're lizard people, just like the ones that we're fighting up against, but we're just not going to tell you we're lizard people. So that 10 people can benefit from that lawsuit, while everybody else is sitting around twiddling their thumbs, wondering what the hell happened when the shit really hits the fucking fan around here. Okay? So anyway, right? She was dead. And then whatever happened to ShaMay, people, whatever happened to ShaMay, and we know what happened to ShaMay, okay, was going towards Tisha's room. And Tisha was next. And what did I do? I woke up fucking crying. And you know what, people? I've been not crying out openly crying, but you know what? All day, I've been wanting to fucking cry, okay? And that's not the first fucking time. I tell Tisha, you stay away from those Caribbean fucking men, okay? You stay the fuck away from them. Don't go anywhere fucking near them, because she had a dream where she was with ShaMay, alive, even though she knew in her head that ShaMay was dead, and they were getting ready to go to some fucking Caribbean festival, some little park event, with a bunch of fucking Caribbean Jamaican guys with their dreadlocks in the vehicle. And Tisha's asking ShaMay, did Julian really kill you? And ShaMay is funny, she stayed quiet for a second because that's the way she was, right? And then she goes, yeah. And then fucking Tisha woke up. What does that tell you, people? It tells you to stay the fuck away from them. At least the ones out here. Okay? Because you know who is stirring up the pot, right? Because she wants to deflect away from what her fucking brother did. Okay? And she's running around acting like she can do some great grand fucking better job than a fucking woman who's fucking doing this shit. Right? And she's swinging around a fucking pole. No, it's like stupid. Go swing around your fucking pole. Anything happens to Tisha, it's you. Just like whatever happened to fucking ShaMay went to Tisha's room. And what did Julian do? He went straight to Tisha's room. Because, you know what? You're gonna finish the job? Is that what that bitch is gonna do? Huh? That's why I'm crying, people. That's why I'm fucking crying. Because it points in a direction as to who had a hand in the murder of ShaMay Geraldine Chorney. And because they got away with it once, they think they can do it again. Yeah. And the politicians and the cops and the public union sector in general, they don't give a shit because they're harvesting the bodies. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Okay, so if I do one more, I have to measure, make sure it's 34 inches. Then I can get on with my little beams and then get this window in, depending on the time. If my camera's running low here, I'm all 2/3 of the battery life. But depending on the time, I might be able to get this one in too. Hard to say, right? It depends on how long it takes to get this one in. Ooh. As you can see, I'm gonna probably have to do one more. All right, one more, because here's two. It's not flush. So if I bring one more to this, see, screwed in, then this will be flush, and then I can run my boards, put my window in. And I'm not worrying about any of this right now. You know, those, right? I don't think I'll have time for that today. My goal is to try and get these windows in as fast as I can, because I want to get on with this, people. Hold on. Okay, so I've got 2 or 3 more to go. That one's in. I was a little off. Obviously, I'm upset, right? But for what it's worth, I'm okay. I can hide that. I was off with this because I was lining it up with this when I should have moved it over a bit. But that's okay. It's in there. Once I secure everything, it will be good. Hold on. Okay, so what is this? Junk or treasure, people? What do you think? Just grabbing up these old windows kicking around my yard. This is when I started the greenhouse back in the day. Miscellaneous windows I came home with, right? I have video of that. You can see. Right, so I'm going through them now. That's what I'm doing, people. I'm working on it, right? Anyway, that one's up. So now I've got this one, which I'll probably put lower down, right? And then this one, which I'll put up higher, right? And then that long one, which I'll put in here. And then maybe that one, if it fits. Or, anyway, you can see what I'm doing here, right? But that's what I've done for today. So what is that? Treasure or junk? Junk or treasure? Which one? Okay, so they're still growing in here, these tomatoes. So what is this? Is this junk or treasure, people? In light of the sign of the times, right? What do you think this is? They're growing for the light. You can see, like this, like all over in there. And these ones over here are getting a little bigger, right? When the door is closed, these lights, they actually do pretty good. I mean, it would be nice to have more, because if it was warmer in here, people, these things would keep growing. And this mint, oh boy, look, it really likes the light. Look how green and fresh it is. It's like blooming in here. Pretty soon it's going to start blooming flowers. It's like a spearmint, that one. It tastes like spearmint gum. That's what it tastes like, people. So what? Junk or treasure? Which one do you think? So my battery's running low. So junk or treasure, people? Who's gonna rip this up again? Right? Easy work. No harm done to rip it all up. What do you think? Junk or treasure? Is that junk? Or is that treasure? What do you think? Junk or treasure?